when it comes to this in-laws question, the way I see it is that when you get together, you know, you really take on the other family as your family. So don't really refer to them as in-laws, refer to them as your parents. How often would you see your parents? Answer is, you know, as much as possible. Maybe sometimes you can't go for a couple of weeks for whatever reason. Maybe you're away, maybe you can't. Other times, maybe you can go a few times a week. So, you know, it's just treat them like your own family. And because if you think about it, right, your wife's coming to you from her family, right? And if you want to get the best out of your wife, treat her family like they're your family.
Not often enough. My in-laws, they live in another continent. They live in Kenya. So we visit them maybe once a year or maybe twice, it just depends. Or they would come here as well. So not as often as we would like to see my in-laws. But when we're there, there's so much comfort and there's so much quality time that we have together. The children are so relaxed and so are we, and we have that time of bonding, and it's really, really special that it actually almost lasts us until the next visit.
Well, we visit my family usually every week on a Sunday afternoon, and we're quite lucky in the sense that we live next to Isra's family, so we are in regular contact with them throughout the week.
I think the important thing for me was to just be myself around my in-laws. Initially, obviously, the first few weeks, first few months, it was just like, okay, I'm gonna just watch and see how things work in this household and then adapt to it, which is what you need to do. You can't just go in there all guns blazing, oh, actually, I don't like the salt being over here, the salt needs to stay over there. You cannot do that, no. It's someone else's house you are going into. You need to respect it. Watch the way they live and try and fit in. And then once you have fitted into the family, then you say, oh, Mum, how about we just put the salt over there rather than leaving it over here?
Well, my father-in-law chose me, so clearly he knows me very well.
Pretty well, I suppose. We always talk. We have WhatsApp groups for both families. Actually, you don't have one for my family.
No, I don't. I'm excluded because it's a girls-only group, you see. It's a girls-only gang.
Yeah, we talk about you a lot. Yeah, we have really good conversations. We have arguments, which is fine. That's normal and healthy.
In-laws should be treated as your own family because that is the family you've decided to take on. That's the family you've decided to get married into.
Yeah, 100% true. You treat your mother-in-law like your mum, your father-in-law like your dad. You know, would you ever shout at your dad? You wouldn't, right? So don't go shout at your father-in-law. Same kind of thing, right? And if you go in with that, then, you know, relationship will always be great.
But I think that the mother-in-law and father-in-law and sister-in-law and brother-in-law also need to have that understanding that they need to treat you how they would treat their own.
With the utmost respect, as you would with anybody. In-laws or no in-laws, everyone deserves to be treated with respect. And I think more so with them because they're a part of your family. They are the mother and the father of your spouse. They are blood linked to your children.
Just see them as you would see your own parents, how our own parents shout at us and tell us off and maybe come at you in a way that you don't like, but they have your best interest at heart.
There's a common saying, which is when you get married, you don't just marry the person, you marry the family. And in our deen, in our religion, parents and people of older age have an elevated status in God's eyes, and they should be in our eyes as well.
After a certain age, it's not to tell what to do, it's to actually guide, right? That's what parenthood is all about, to be able to guide. Kids need to learn from their own mistakes within reason to be able to grow. Same thing over here, right? That if you looked at the couple as your kids, you'd want to advise them, right? And so advise them on whatever you want. Don't tell them what to do, but create that relationship where they actually come to you for advice.
I suppose it's like Imam Ali said, right? Bring your children up differently to the way you were brought up because it's a whole different generation.
I don't think they have a right to get involved. I think they should only get involved when there is a conflict or when there is a situation where they can come and help. But I don't think they should go from the outset of interfering in their personal life, because it's very much our lives. You know, we are adults, so I think they should let us grow as a couple and mature and make our own mistakes.
Maybe if there are problems, that if the couple are experiencing, you know, some big problems, and they need a mediator, possibly, if the
But that's
parents,
not getting involved.
if the in-law, I don't
That's
know.
you asking them for advice. Getting involved is interfering with something
Directly.
that has nothing to do with you.
I see. Well, yeah, in that case, then generally, yeah, the in-laws should let the couple, you know, try and fix their own issues, unless the couple reach out to their respective parents for support and for help.
In-laws should be trusted enough to be your second family, and I think that should be a given until they show you other how, right? Just like anyone in life, right? My thing is give everyone the chance to be able to go in and look at everyone in a very positive way, right? Unless they show you a reason why they shouldn't. Okay, so don't go in on the back foot, always go in on the front foot. So you go into any relationship knowing that this is going to work, that this is great, that they're a great person. If after that you realize maybe they're not, then change your way.
Yeah, I think they can be trusted to be a second family, definitely. My in-laws have really proved that. You know, they always have my back. You know, in the initial, I think when our daughter Zainab was born, going through a little bit of a rough patch, you know, but they helped us along that journey. They didn't come and create conflict. So yeah, definitely, I think it just depends.
As long as they've got the best interests, your best interest, then both sets of in-laws, and that's generally the case, they want to help, they want you to succeed, and they want only the best for you. So sure, I think that they can be trusted. They should be trusted.
It really depends on the family, it depends on the individuals, it depends on the nature of the parents, really. Those who are very pleasant, who are caring, who are understanding, who have wisdom, who have knowledge, I'm sure they could be very close personal friends to you. I mean, I get on very well, alhamdulillah, with my in-laws. My father-in-law, I consider him to be like my father. My mother-in-law, of course, I consider to be like my mother, but unfortunately, sometimes you do need to keep a distance from some people for your own mental well-being, for your own health. And there are some people who you can get on with, and it's all about the circumstances. If you can get on with them, by all means be close and let you turn to your in-laws as a source of guidance and wisdom. If you feel you can't communicate, if you can't connect with them, then, you know, you still need to have a relationship with them, but it can be a formal, distant one if needs be.